what you think about the issues of the world. What kind of spice you wanna be? Tell me where you wanna travel. Do you believe in luxury? What's your hidden passion? What makes you so unique? Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole. Conversations with Nicole.
Greetings. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, August 5th, 2020, and I am Nicole Everett, the host of Conversations with Nicole, a talk show based here in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. And today is what I call What Women Want Wednesday. This is an opportunity for you and I and my guests tonight to have a discussion. This is an interactive live, so I ask that you please let me know what city and state you are tuning in from. What city and state you're tuning in from. Put it in the comments so I can give you a shout out. I see some folks already commenting, and that is so exciting. I love it. I see you, Jamaica. Thank you for tuning in. I think Jamaica is here in Tallahassee. I see you, Brandy. Thank you. Happy Wednesday. Brandy is right here in Tallahassee. And El Michelle is in the house right here in Tallahassee as well. Thank you so much, my sister, for tuning in. So this is, again, What Women Want Wednesday. We are actually going to be talking about what women want tonight. So for all the ladies who are out there tuning in, I need y'all to be thinking about that. What do women want? What do women want? My guests will be talking about some things that hopefully you all will be able to chime in. By all means, please put your questions and comments in the chat, and we will definitely try to get to them. I see you, Lakeisha. Thanks for watching. I see you, Candace. Hey there. We got J.S. McMillan from Oakland, California. Thank you for tuning in. And Brenda. Hey, Brenda. Good to see you. Hope you are well, my sister. And Samantha. Great evening to you. Samantha Stewart. Thank you for tuning in. So the ladies are here and a few gentlemen too, and that's okay. The gentlemen are welcome. So my guest tonight is very special. She actually has her own radio show, and she has had me on her show as well. It's called Life in the Now. This dynamic lady is a wife, a pastor's wife. She's an author. She's a radio host. She is a life coach. And she does a number of other things, but I'm going to allow her to introduce herself to you. But before she comes on, some of our topics are going to be the Ruth Academy, which is her own creation, her baby. She's going to tell you all about that. We're going to talk about lessons from the pandemic. I know we all have some lessons that we have learned as a result of COVID-19 and being in this global pandemic. And then finally, what do women really want? All right. So without further ado, help me welcome Dr. Nicky E. Collins. Yay!
Hello, Nicole. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited about being here with you tonight.
I'm so excited to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
So tell the folks where you're from, what you do. I told them a little bit, but I wanted them to hear it from you and who you are.
Yes, well, I was born and raised actually in Quincy, Florida, in the small town of Quincy, Gaston County, born and raised. I live here in Tallahassee with my husband, Carlos Collins, and we have 5 children. Like I have 2 naturally that I birthed, and he brought 3 in. So we're a blended family.
Okay.
So I'm local, but I have lived in Jacksonville. I lived in Atlanta for a while, but I'm just glad to be home, doing work, serving, just walking out purpose.
Yes. So tell the folks in terms of your background. I know, yes, grew up in Quincy, but your education.
Yes. Well, actually, like I said, I went to James A. Shanks. Then it's Gaston County High now, graduated from there. Then I went to Brunel College for healthcare administration, something that I really did really did not work in that field.
Okay.
But then I really landed, it was nobody but God, into ministry. And oh my God, I was in ministry for about 5 years, 5 years after I gave my life to the Lord, and went to ministry school, and went to Clarity International. And then I was honored with the honorary doctorate of humanities back in 2014, after I had been in ministry for about 16 years.
Wow.
And so, yes, so it's been a while for me. Like, I was in my early 20s. So it's been like on this God path for a long time. And so from there, now I'm a life coach, a certified life coach trainer through Bloom University out of Houston, Texas. And now we have Bloom Tallahassee, which I'm the trainer and director of that.
Okay, wait a minute. So y'all heard that, certified, okay?
Yes, certified.
She got papers, and she can help you get some papers, okay?
Yes. Certified trainer, and we have classes here on a weekly basis. Now we're online, so we're more open to do them. And I am also the youth director for the Gaston County Sheriff's Office youth program, which is the Teen Success Academy. So that, like, most of my time is spent between Leon and Gaston County. So I have my plate full.
Yes, you do. Not to mention, you're an author. You have how many books?
Four books. Yes, 4 books, a journal. And I've also helped other people birth their books out as well.
Awesome. And you are the creator, the mother, the founder of the Ruth Academy, formerly known as the Ruth Project.
Yes, that's my baby.
That's your baby. So tell the folks about your baby.
Well, the Ruth Academy this year, I was like, you know what? The Ruth Project has gone to its limit. It started back in 2014. I launched out because I needed something. I was looking for something and couldn't find it. And so I'm like, okay, where are the mentors? Where are the coaches? Where are the women who's there to help us, to help other young women, and to help develop? People were coming to me with ideas and stuff like that. And I'm like, you need to get you a mentor. I'm telling them that. And so God is like, look, that person is you. The thing that you're looking for, that's you. And he reminded me of back in 2006, I started it as a small group of women, just a group of women that just, met up, prayer, things like that. We kind of shared a little bit. But this time, God says, no, it's ministry, but it's going to go beyond ministry. And so in 2014, I launched. I was like, you know what? I wrote the vision. I made it plain. I put it out. And within a few months, I had about 30 women to actually sign up for the course. Actually register and sign up. And I was like, okay, this thing is 6 months, because you can't really do anything in just a few weeks. Like, I really wanted these ladies to birth out. I wanted them to kind of tap into purpose, because as women, sometimes we get lost in motherhood and wife, working, and there's a lot of women who are single mothers. So I was like, you know what, it's time now. So I kind of put it out there, and I was like, oh my God, who's gonna come? Who's gonna show up?
Right.
And like I said, I had about 30 women to start out with, and then we had 20 to graduate. And since from 2014 to now, I have graduated close to 300 women that has gone through the program and have actually graduated through.
That is tremendous.
Yeah. So now we're at the Ruth Academy. That's this year. It's Ruth Academy. Yes.
Okay. So why Ruth?
Well, because Ruth, she's such a powerful woman in the Bible. She was the woman who lost everything, who went through some tough times, and she chose to be mentored by her mother-in-law. You know, her husband had died. She chose to be mentored. She could have went back. She could have, turned back, just like Orpah, the other lady, turned back and went back. But she chose to go this path, which was unknown to her. Like, this was a new place. She had never been there, but what was behind her was over. It was done. And so she was like, I'll just take my faith and just move forward into this place. And so she allowed Naomi to mentor her. And so she ended up restored, ended up with the husband, ended up with a child, and the rest is history.
Right.
Yes.
That's beautiful. I never really thought about it from that perspective in terms of her allowing Naomi to mentor her, but she did. And Naomi did mentor her.
She did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know, COVID has hit, and, the Ruth Academy is not going to be able to meet in person as you have inception, but that does not diminish all of the valuable activities that are going to take place. So tell the folks a little bit about what types of things you all have in store for this season of the Ruth Academy.
Yes. Well, this season, since there is a shift, obvious shift, with COVID and everything. And so we had to look at online, because I was like, should I stop right now? Should I take a break? And I do take breaks of months in between times, but I was like, what, it's time to just shift anyway. So we put it all online. Now we're totally online with our classes. I am very hands-on with that. But over these years, some of the ladies who have actually gone through the program are going to be really helping out this time. They have great gifts. They have businesses. I've had women that were professors that came through the program. Okay. And I had women that were like just released from prison. So there were women from all walks of life that has come through this program. And so now I'm reaching back. Okay, ladies, now with what you have your businesses established, you have written books. I have one lady who's she's an author coach. She went through the program, and that's me. My gift is helping women tap into purpose, to tap into what's more. There's more to us. There's so many gifts, so many talents that we have, but sometimes we don't know how, we don't know where to start. And so now these ladies are actually going to run these seminars. Okay. They are, because I have the Ruth Academy here, but I also have one in Spring Hill, Florida. So it's growing, and God has been so good. And so, I said, what better way to expand than to allow these ladies to pour into the women and the girls that are coming through this academy. Now they have an opportunity to go through the mentoring, to uh, take all of the classes that we have. We start out with a detox session. The detox session, that's, usually my session, and we allow the women to talk and to share and to bury. We have like a funeral service to everything, for everything that has tried to stop you from fulfilling your purpose, that has tried to keep you in a place of bondage, in a place of procrastination. We want to get rid of that fear, even though, there's still things that we have to work out with the fear, but at least you will be exposed to other women who are doing great things, and it'll propel you to want to step out. So that's what the academy is all about. And then once they go through the academy, you have an opportunity to go into life coaching if you so desire. And so we have that training as well. So I just want to continue to expand and build upon that. We have now donors, people who will give scholarships for women to go through the program, which is good. We have our youth part is for our young girls. We have people who sponsor them to go through the entire thing, and our graduations are amazing. And I think you came last year.
Come last year, my first time. Yes, and it was phenomenal. So before you continue, you mentioned young girls. So tell me about that piece, because I think last year may have been the first or second year that you instituted young ladies under the age of 18, correct?
Yes. And it was imperative that we bring the young women in, the young ladies in, because the women that were going through the program, some of them have gone through some rough times. And as I said before, a lot of them are single parents. And what's happening with our youth, it's they're dealing with a lot because they're seeing their parents go through a lot. So if this lady is going through, why not bring her daughter in? Let's bring your daughter in. Let's help her out as well, so that you both can get some of the things that you need. And because I work as a profession with the young kids, the teens, that's just my heart. And I said, you know what? I have to bring these girls in. They're being exposed to so much out in the world. Why not expose them to some other things here? Like, let's help them create an entrepreneur mindset. Let's help them to build their confidence, to know who they are. Let's teach them etiquette. Let's train them in different areas, certifications. That's what they're going to be learning this time. They're going to be able to get certifications in different things, like maybe Excel, a computer application or something like that. So we just want to help the girls, catch them at a young age.
That's great. I think you can't start too young.
Right.
You can't start too young. So I got a question because I'm a mentor, and I also desire mentorship.
Yes.
Or mentoring. Do you find that mentorship amongst women, and particularly Black women, is difficult?
I would say it's a challenge. It is a challenge, and you have to be up for it. You have to really know that you're gonna be dealing with women from all backgrounds, and a lot of women has gone through a whole lot, and so there are walls that are built up, and there are people who just don't know. They just, don't know where to go or what to do or how to start. It is challenging. It is, I would say that it is a challenge. And
that's exactly the point that I'm trying to raise, is that because of all, especially as Black women, that we tend to go through, there are these walls that we tend to build. And sometimes it's challenging for us to be able to trust.
Yes.
Sometimes because of past hurts and traumas and dramas.
Mm-hmm.
So we, we don't want to be fooled up with no women,
Right.
because it's gonna be some mess. All
Right.
right.
Yeah. And I hear that all the time, Nicole. I hear it all the time because a lot of women they have kind of ruined it for some of us because it's drama and they're in it for the wrong reasons. And they're in it for themselves. And a lot of people, when they don't know you, they'll prejudge you and they'll say, nah, well, look at her, she already got, no, because it's all about her or whatever. And the thing about it is that where I come from, my story personally, going through the abuse, the divorce, going through losing my own identity because I didn't know who I was anymore because it was wrapped up in that relationship, having to start over with my children, with nothing because I'm leaving. So I slept on the floor. And this wasn't a long time ago. I'm talking about 2009, but God truly changed me because I have that fight in me. I grew up with brothers. Like it's in me to fight, to come back. And so a lot of people, they'll see you, but they don't see your story. They don't know your story. And but that was the part I had to get over. Like I had to overcome what people would say or think in order to help the women who really wanted it, who really needed it. And so when they hear my story and they hear that I'm no different, I'm in a better place now, I'm so grateful to God, but I had to do the work to get there. Like I had to literally do some work for me and my children. Like I had to fight. And so once they know that and they hear that, they're like, oh, really? Wow. I prejudge you. Like a lot of people say that. And then they'll sign up.
Yeah.
And then those are they're the best ones. So it is a challenge because there are some people who they've kind of exploited the women's groups and things like that, and kind of abused and misused people. But that's something that I work very hard at, is being wholeheartedly there for the women that come in contact with me. Now, I know you're not going to be able to please everybody. And so, but the thing about it, you have to know what you're called to do. And I'm called for this. This is just in my DNA. Okay. And so when God pulled me out and he transformed my life, even going through so much, being a Christian woman, all I wanted to do was to help other women. And I have so many testimonies to show that, if you stick with it, it'll work. Life-changing.
Awesome. So Brandy asks, what is the young girl age range?
Okay, the age range for the girls now, we're starting at 13. We're starting at 13 and going up to like 17. We wanted to do the younger girls, but it's kind of hard for them to understand some of the things that we're helping out with. So yeah, we're trying to 13.
Okay, very good. So this is, I'm processing this while I'm talking to you, but this is really great work that you're doing, and it's so needed. I think we've talked about the challenges of mentorship, but this is, established with biblical principles and a foundation that is built on truly helping women get to their purpose and fulfilling that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, this is awesome. So real quick before we move on to the next topic, El Michelle has so graciously told us that the Academy officially kicks off on Saturday.
Yes.
at 10 a.m. How can folks connect with the Academy?
Yes, actually, they can go to my website, nickycollins.org.
Okay.
They find all the information about registering, the times. They can register for the Zoom kickoff on Saturday. So if you go to my website,
Okay.
and even if they need to send us a message, they can message me or El Michelle.
Okay.
We'll make sure that they get all the information that they need.
Okay, and it's Nicky E. Collins or just
No, it's just nickycollins.org.
.org. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the chat now.
Okay.
All righty. So Brandy said, listen, I have a 10-year-old going on 13. Can I get an exception?
You know what? They are very, very advanced now. So I do understand, Brandy. And if Brandy, reach out, go to their website.
Yes. You said .com, right? Not .org.
.org. It's .org.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Brandy, she said maybe. Go to the website.
Yes.
All right. Travis said, Dr. Nicky E. Collins, you are an amazing woman of God, a wog, strong, full of wisdom. You are riding on God's elevator all the way to the top. I love you, my mother in Christ.
Travis. Thank you, Travis. Oh my goodness.
All right.
That was so sweet.
Okay, very good. So Brandy said she will.
Okay.
All right. So our next topic is lessons from the pandemic. Lessons from the pandemic. Now I cheated a little bit.
Okay.
I went on your Facebook page and saw some of your previous shows. Some of the topics were, and this was the last topic from your last show, and I thought, how timely is that? So,
yes.
So let's talk about it.
Okay.
Lessons from the pandemic. What are we learning during this time of sheltering in place and
yes.
so forth?
Well, Nicole, this time is so precious, even though it's a rough time as we look around the world and the things that are going on, but it's precious timing that God has given us to do some things, like to really, really think about what we want to do, think about our purpose. And, there's time and resources that we have right now. Like, that this pandemic has brought forth time and resources, and people are standing up, they're coming together, trying to help each other. Like some people, we're really doing that. But there's a few things that I have learned during this time was don't take time for granted.
Yes.
We cannot take the time that we have. We cannot take people for granted. This is just, like I said, this is such a precious time for us. And so we need to make sure that we don't take any of it for granted.
Yes.
Then number two.
So wait, before you move on from
that, go ahead.
I've heard a number of people, and I'm guilty of saying this myself. It's like, now that I have time, well, the time ain't changed. We still got 24 hours in a day. It's just that we have now, because we have limited access to what we can do outside of our homes. Our options are fewer. So we could have chosen back when we had time to do what we're doing now, but we did not. We chose something.
And that has been enlightened, like, what are you doing with the time that you have?
Exactly.
So absolutely. And so number two, I believe that we're being stretched in every area. And I heard so many people say, oh my God, the church is closed. They closed their church, because as soon as it started, my husband and I was like, no, we're home. We don't want to really bring any of our people in a place where we're causing harm or this thing to spread or whatever. So we've been, home ever since March. So I say that the church is not closed. The building may be closed, but the church have expanded. You know, we're virtual now. Now we're everywhere. You can touch the lives of people all over. So it's just the way you see things. So that was something that a lot of people had a hard time with, not congregating together in an actual church building.
Well, so that also I think speaks volumes to, the realization, to the extent that people did think the church was the building, and recognizing that the church is the people.
The people. And guess what? We didn't lose anything, and it's just like God has expanded. And so it makes us look at ourselves in a different perspective when it comes to church and religion and things like that. It's about the relationship that you have with God, and that is what we teach. Our people, look, you got to have a relationship with God for yourself. And we see that right now, because a church building can't save you, or can't, it's you and your own relationship.
Absolutely.
So that was the second thing.
Okay.
I'll just give a few more.
Okay, fine.
Number 3 is you have time to manage your time. Better manage what you're doing with your time. Then this is not downtime, it's prep time. It's time now where, get your stuff. Look, if you have been talking about writing a book for the last 3 years, now you have time, because your access is limited to a lot of places. Now you can do that. Now, you can write your vision for your business or this endeavor that you would like to start. So that's it. This is prep time. Then you get to know your family, like, for real though. Like, you in the house. Oh God. Like, oh my God. You love your family, but you realize, oh my God, have y'all always been like it's, all of our kids are grown, but you look at everybody like, what? Okay.
Yes, you have. You just been spending a whole lot more time with them.
Yes. Oh my God. So you're looking at them like, oh, I didn't know y'all was like this. Like, y'all, woo. So that was one of the things. And what else? Oh, jobs. People look at jobs like, they complain. I don't want to go. I don't like it. This, that, and other. And now you're like, I need my job. Like, you see how valuable and how much of an asset it is to have, gainful employment. So that is something that a lot of people, now they're like, because they don't have that, they're looking at it like, oh my God, if I could only have my job back. A lot of businesses are closed. So that's another thing. Like, that's a resource that, is a blessing for a lot of families.
So one of the things, I'm pretty social. And the first probably 2 to 3 weeks were really difficult for me because I'm so social.
Yes.
Going to worship, cut, 2-step, cut, all the little events and things that I used to go to, cut. And all I had was work and the garden. Work and the garden. And it became such that I looked forward to going to work unlike ever before.
Wow.
That was the only normalcy that I had in my life.
Wow.
Outside of, what I normally regularly did.
Right.
So I became, very, very thankful for the normalcy of, that particular pattern of my Monday through Friday. So, I think you're right. As it relates to those who may have lost their jobs or their hours were significantly reduced. that was pretty devastating.
Yes.
And people have had to try to reinvent themselves, or look at some of the career paths, or picking up some new skill sets to try to make adjustments to try to make a living and sustain themselves, because
Absolutely.
that stimulus money is only going to last but so long.
Right.
And unemployment, I think that last week was the last week. So yeah.
It was an asset. So that was something that really came like, wow. I was blessed to still be able to work. And, I jumped into action because I was like, okay, we have to put this youth program online. We're so used to being in the schools because that's a part of what we do. I supervise life coaches. So I send my life coaches into the schools. We love doing things with our youth in Gaston County. And that was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And so thank God El Michelle is on the team, but she helped us to transition to online, and we were able to make phone calls and do coaching and mentoring with the kids. We're still online now. We're doing workshops online. We, had people come on and just bless us. So, this was a time where it expanded us in our thinking of how we do the things that we've been doing. So it challenges us to tap into all of your innermost talents,
your creativity. You having to be more creative.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
during times like this that there is a lot of creativity and ingenuity, because it comes out of necessity.
Exactly. Absolutely. And then now we are stronger than we ever thought we were. I think going through this, because this is something that none of us have ever experienced. So it just showed the strength that we have, even through COVID, even through our families. I had family members who went through being testing positive, and just talking to them and being able to encourage them through it. And, they're being isolated. So it just showed them just how strong they were.
Yeah.
So, that's what the pandemic has truly, like, I have learned so much. And like, it's like, I thought I was woke before, but I'm like, okay, my eyes are wide open now.
Yes. No sleeping over here.
None.
No sleeping over here. Well, I think those are all really great lessons. I will share one of mine, which I've shared on the live a couple times, but I think that especially for people who live alone like I do, it has truly caused you to have to sit with yourself and process some things that maybe you hadn't processed or dealt with because you was too busy, not having enough time doing all of the busy things that you were doing outside of your home. But now that you are home and can't do much of anything outside of the home, those thoughts about experiences or encounters that, again, maybe you didn't process or take the time to, fully deal with or heal from, you having to do that.
Right. Whew. Tell me about it. And even though I don't live alone, my husband and my son is here, but I still have had so much alone time because my husband is still working. My son he's back at work, so it's like the time that we were home, I just had a lot of time, like thinking, to myself, okay, what is it that, you can do to be a better you, thinking about things that I desire, like some more dreams and goals that I want to accomplish. So it's definitely a time of introspection where we just kind of like, okay, girl, sit down. Let me talk to you about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I truly understand. I understand.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's a good one.
Okay, good deal.
Mhm.
All right, so that kind of is a good segue, I think, as we think about, you dealing with you,
Mhm.
and it is What Women Want Wednesday.
Yes.
So, hopefully during this time we've kind of, had that time for introspection in determining we as women, what do we want?
Right.
What do we want? I
Mhm.
think, and you and I kind of joked about this a little bit before coming on the air, that if we said this in front of some men, they probably say they don't know what they want,
Right.
right?
Right.
I have a few male friends who would probably tease me in that way and say, "Y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all crazy."
Right. Right.
But I'm throwing that out there, and not only for you, Nikki, but for the
Mhm.
women who are on the live. What
Mhm.
do women want? What do you believe women truly want more
Mm.
than anything?
Wow.
What do we want? What do we want?
Well, I know, as we said earlier, as we were talking, a lot of women want um, independence. They want freedom. They want um, to be heard.
Hmm.
They want to be felt, because sometimes we don't know what to say. We don't know what's wrong sometimes. Like, sometimes we just want you to know that, I'm here. I'm kind of emotional right now, or whatever. But and it doesn't always, we're not always looking for an answer from somebody,
Hmm.
but just to be recognized as a person
Hmm.
who have purpose, someone who's have more to give to society. Like, we are nurturers, we are mothers,
Hmm.
but we're smart. We're entrepreneurs, we are authors, we are Conversations with Nicole. We help. We're
Oh.
community members, that. And
Uh,
so sometimes we feel like we're on the back burner. And so that's why it's so imperative
mm,
for women to know who they are,
mhm,
know who you are,
mhm,
and get on a path of um, developing the gifts that you hold,
mhm,
and
mm.
use them to serve, use them to help, use them to develop. We have to tap into that creative side,
Yes.
because if you don't, it'll seem like you're always looking for somebody to validate you. And in
Mhm.
this season, you have to be the one. You know that God has already validated you. So okay, that's it, God. You validated me. I believe it. Okay, I'm going to walk in this thing. I'm going to walk in it, And so that's what I feel like a lot of women are, looking for.
Yes. So
Hmm.
Joy said, we are so diverse, sometimes we aren't sure of exactly all and what we want. And I think that's true. I
It
think that's
is.
true. But I hope we don't grow frustrated in that uncertainty. I hope that we will still strive to get an understanding for what it is we want and take the time to give some thought to that.
Hmm.
Really, truly, honestly give some thought to that. And not that what we want has to be one thing, it could be many things.
Right.
But really give some thought to that and work towards that,
Hmm.
whatever it is. Whatever
That's
it is.
good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I truly believe that, because if you don't, you will become frustrated, and you will become stagnated.
Mhm.
And then you'll find yourself in a cycle, and not a good cycle. It become a negative cycle.
Mhm.
And there are certain things, like, there's when you write your vision, there's some steps that you have to take. It's like a journey.
Mhm.
And so when you're on this journey, you have to know what it is that you want, because if you don't, that journey could very well turn into a cycle.
Yes.
And so you can be 40 years on this 11-day journey. It was supposed to be 11-day journey, only 11 days. And this thing will turn into 40 years. And you're like, oh my God, how did I get here?
Wow.
Because you didn't trust, the God of the process.
Mm-hmm.
You were looking at the process, and the process is ugly. The process is messy. The process is not good. People say, trust the process. I don't trust the process. The process cannot be trusted. But if God has brought me to it, I know, okay, God, if you're taking me through this process, I trust you enough that I'm going to walk through this. And on the other side of that, I'm going to see some promises. I'm going to see some of the things that I desire. And I don't have to just accept anything. I don't have to settle. And it doesn't have to take me 40 years. I can, look, okay, I hear you. This process is really ugly, but I'm going to trust the God of the process. And if I can trust him through it, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to walk through this, because I have to come to a place where I trust my inner voice.
Mm-hmm.
I trust my inner voice and understand that what I want as a woman is not too much. What I desire for myself. And another thing, Nicole, I have been really working on, especially in this pandemic, is to become the thing that I am wanting, the person that I want to see, the sister that I want to have from my sisters, that I desire from my sisters, and become the wife that, I'm putting these things on my husband because I can lay them down, but I said, okay, now I got to become that very thing. I have to be willing to become that. So that's the thing that I attract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want something that I'm not willing to, go through that same process.
So I saw a post on my cousin's IG today, and I put it in my story this evening, and it said, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. I repeat, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. What are we believing for ourselves? What are we believing for our lives? We got to get rid of the negative self-talk. We got to get rid of, that fear, the doubt, the unbelief. And again, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life.
I love it. Yeah. I love that. Absolutely agree with it, and we got to step out of the fear, because sometimes we're afraid of our own selves going through that. We're, or expecting that. We're afraid to just dream that, or to believe it, or to set it forth. Last year I had something that, that wasn't last year. It's been 2 years now. This time is going by so fast, but there was something that I desired, and especially, and it centered around life coaching. And I just wanted, I wanted to take my mentoring to the next level, and I wanted to really build my life coaching. I wanted to build my coaching practice, and I wanted to be that, the best that I could be. And so, I aligned myself up with that. And then I put it out there. I was like, look, this is, I don't just want to do it, but I need this to be a form of income for me. This is another stream for me. And so I was, I had already put it on my vision board, some things that I desired. Right. And when I tell you, I trusted my inner voice, which I knew it was God. Yeah. And I stepped out on faith, and I did what I was hearing in my spirit to do. And it opened up that one door, opened up about 10 doors behind it.
Wow.
My income tripled.
Awesome.
I mean, when I tell you, just everything shifted. And a lot of people think, okay, yes, I'm a pastor, but that's just my title over here. I'm a woman first. I am, I'm a woman of God, yes, but I believe in women empowerment. I believe in people, just empowerment of people anyway. And I believe that if we set goals, if we put our mind to it, let's do it. You don't have to just do one thing. Hey, tap out, tap into all of what you have, and go for it. And so instead of me waiting for people to invite me to the table, I was like, look, I am going to build this table here. I'm going to build me a table. God, you help me. And I mean, I made some bold moves. I mean, they were really bold and scary.
Yeah.
But one door opened up about 10 doors, and I just mind blown. Yeah. But you have to get to that place if you are really wanting to see and manifest the things that you're desiring.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have a question on the floor for you from Miss Erica. She said, you are so busy. What do you do for self-love?
Oh my goodness. You are so right. I love, for me, I love chill time, like at home. Right now, there's not much. I read. Shopping is something that I don't get tired. Like when I want to go, I'm going, and I'm just like, okay, this is like therapeutic for me. But I just love to, sometimes I just like my house. I like to come home and just like get in my own space. I'm the blanket type person. I like spa days. I don't do a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot to get me to that place of peace. But I do shut down. There are days when I shut down, and it's like, this is my day here. I'm going to eat some things that I want. I'm going to just pamper myself. So those are days. But I'm so used to serving. I love to cook. And so cooking is a stress reliever for me.
Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah. But, sometimes, I get tired because it's like, my husband and my son, they're looking like, what did you cook? But I love to cook and bake, and I do those things sometimes when I just want a stress reliever. But for me, I like pamper days. It's been hard lately, but it's been hard.
Get it while you can. Get it while you can.
Yes, but balance is key, and I'm so glad she brought up that question, because balance is key, and that's one thing that I try to do. I'll shut down. I'll go, but then I'm like, oh nope, no engagements, no nothing. I'm home. It's about me, or my husband and I would go out of town or something like that. So, you have to have balance.
Yes, I love that you do take time for self-care. I think that can definitely be a challenge for busy, women leaders such as yourself, who, are always on the go, always, involved with work or church or, whatever else we have going on in the community.
Yes.
You wear many hats. Again, have your own radio show, podcast, author, life coach, pastor, all of these things, businesswoman. So you're right, balance is key. But
yes,
finding that time for self-care is very important.
Yes, it is very important. But I want to say this because God has surrounded me with some good people,
Mm-hmm.
good help. Like I have a good, solid um, village of people um, that truly helps lighten the load, helps. Like I was telling you earlier, like with some of the things building my YouTube channel, I'm like, oh, I'm on YouTube. Like, people just really, I'm so grateful to have, they're just like family,
Yeah.
just like family. So it really helps that. It helps to balance things out as well. And then that the fact that my kids are adults. See, when they were young, like it was all about them.
Right.
I was a single mother for a while, a long time. And so, I had both my kids at a very young age. By the time I was 23, I had both my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on a whole different path.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave all of that time to my kids. So it's like now I'm like on the purpose side. It's like Stella getting her groove back in
Yeah.
the purpose arena. So I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have to stop myself sometime and say, okay, you just need to just chill out. That's it. No phone calls, no this, you know,
Yep.
just Netflix and chill with my husband.
Okay. Well, it sounds like too, if you don't do it, you do have a team or a village that will say, "Hey, take a break."
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Good, good,
Yes.
good. Okay. Well, very good. Well, I think we have covered all of what we had planned to cover.
Yes.
Yes, but I want you to, as we prepare to wrap up, tell
Mhm.
folks how they can connect with you and, any special things that you have coming up.
Um, you can connect with me. You can go to my website, NickyCollins.org,
Mhm.
or on Facebook. I'm on Twitter and Instagram, and YouTube. And YouTube. I do have a podcast as well. You can listen to me every Monday on Heaven 98.3 FM in Tallahassee.
Mhm.
Also, the podcast, that's something maybe Elle can put down there because I don't even know like the destination for the podcast. But also, um, what I have coming up is this weekend. We have the Ruth Academy kickoff on Saturday.
Yeah.
You can go register. Go to my website, register if you're interested. We have one slot available for a youth girl, our teen girls that is already paid in full. So if you're interested, please, please, please reach out. I do answer my inboxes as long as they are, they're good.
Mhm.
So there it is right there. There's the podcast, lifeinthenow.podbean.com.
Yes, yes, yes,
So,
yes. Awesome, awesome.
yes.
All right. Well, this has been outstanding. Thank you
Yes.
so much. We're getting a lot of folks saying great show. Thank you,
Oh,
ladies. So I really appreciate you being on here and just taking a few moments. I know what women want is kind of late, and a lot of people are normally asleep, but I do have my regulars on here. So, so we be up talking about stuff. So I appreciate you
right.
stepping up with us, uh,
Yes.
Nikki, and just sharing a little time to have this conversation and to introduce you to some of my viewers. You got your whole fan club is out here tonight. The ones that can stay up, the ones that took a nap and could stay up with us. So we
Right.
appreciate it. So my partner Gerald is saying, "Hey."
Hey, Gerald.
hmm So Gerald and I have really big news coming up. Next week, we will be launching our network, Greater Works Network, which will be featured on Roku TV, which has 40 million viewers.
Wow.
So, Conversations with Nicole will be one of the shows featured on our network, but we will also be looking for content creators to be on the network. So
Wow.
look out for GWN. We actually, like I said, launch next week. We have a contest that will be rolling out for the next 30 days or so, and we'll be selecting 2 winners to be featured on the network. So we are super excited about it.
Wow, congratulations. That is exciting. That's truly exciting. That's like on a whole nother level right there.
It is. It's what we've been believing. It's what we've
Yes.
been believing. The grandest, most,
Yes.
awesomest vision. So we've been dreaming of big things, and they are coming to fruition. So
Wow. Congratulations to both of you. Yes, yes.
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yes. Me either. Me either. We have been diligent on this thing. I mean, working really hard on it since right before the pandemic. We started in February with getting the, ideation and mapping
Mhm.
and branding and all of that sort of thing in the website. So it's gonna be great.
It is. Wow. Well, we'll have to talk about that.
We will. So yeah, for sure. So again, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. And you'll have to come back.
Yes.
All the best with the Ruth Academy.
Thank you.
Yes, and it's not too late. Again, if you are any viewers are interested in signing up, by all
Mhm.
means, please reach out to NickyCollins.org for more information. All right.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna bid you all good night, and we will see
Yes.
y'all next time.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome.